It's the people's house. Big Zeus. It's the people's house. Big Zeus. Pull up to the gate at 1600 on the map. Yeah, supposed to be the people's house. I make it like a trap. Marble floors and chandeliers. I'm balling through the wall. Power to the people. Yeah, I gotta make that call. Trapping for the team. Red and white and blue. That's me. Voices on the block. I'm breaking through. I got the keys. I'm in the lobby. Yeah, I'm moving like an OG. Posted in the Oval Office in the executive suite. Yeah, signing for the fam. Yeah, you know my game strong. Freedom is the banner, and I got my chains on. Secret Service watching snipers sitting on the roof. Truth is hitting hard. I bury you inside the booth. Founding father's vision. Yeah, I'm flexing with this cash. Big pharma, big tech, turn these dreams to bag. I'm the voice of the hood, trying to come and storm the gates. Balance in my hand, but the system's overweight. They painted white, yeah, but the stains running deep. Promise they selling it, but you know it ain't coming cheap. Legends walk these rooms, Lincoln, MLK. Now it's photo ops, power plays all day. I'm trapping for the vote. Big Zeus, it's the people's house.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Powers in the air.
Happy Thursday. January 22nd. Wow. All right, let's get this show started, ladies and gentlemen. We don't got all morning. How'd you watch my live already? We're 100. Amazing. Shout out to all of you. Could be anywhere, but you know you wanted to hang out with me, Big Zeus. Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
When I'm running up these rats, I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back. It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash. I'm on top of my game, head of the class. You can tell that I made it, look at my grass. Cars in the garage with tanks full of gas. I play the game so raw, I won't finish last. Sitting in my living room screaming how we made it. This is how it's supposed to happen when you're rich and famous. The algorithm turned you to a maniac. I guess we going viral cause my Zodiac. Check out all these numbers on my spreadsheet.
Thank you.
Benjamin Franklin is my bestie. And if they use my ex, that mean they left me. They don't give me pause if they test me.
Alright.
I say it with my chest cause I mean
My favorite part, here we go.
Got a lot of confidence and I'm conceited.
That's my favorite part.
Call me the master with a new whip.
Alright, here it goes.
I'ma take
Let's all do it
off
together.
this
Here it goes.
spaceship.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's live in a couple of days. That shit was radical. It was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
Oh my god.
It's like deja vu.
Thank you, Cece.
It's
Thank
like
you.
deja vu.
See what they say about me?
It's like deja vu.
Can't have them say that.
It's
You
like
really.
deja vu.
Alright, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be a quick and abbreviated show. I didn't want to go live, but then I said I didn't tell you I wasn't going to go live. So I said, you know what? I'll go live and we'll get in and out as quick as possible. But we'll try to get through as many things as we can because it's a busy day. Jack Smith will be talking at 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Eastern Coast time. So I definitely think we need to tune into that. All right, but let's get into this. For those of you tuning in today, you may have never ran across anybody like me ever in your life before. I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say Triple H. Why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's quite simple. The first H is because I'm honest. I'm the most honest person on social media. The second H is it's good morning, Rick. The second H is because I am humble. Yeah, I'm the most humble person on social media. There's nobody more humble than me. And then the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, is truly because I am and will always remain, you've guessed it, the most handsome. Thank you. Thank you. And you're all beautiful too, seriously. Now, many of you know what I do. I hold Donald Trump and his supporters, I hold their feet to the fire, and we call out their hypocrisy in real time. And a lot of times it makes them crash out. It makes them say disgusting things. These are some sick people. And some of them are frequent flyers on my show. You know, they come in here and they hate on all of us, but deep down in their souls, they come in here because they know that we are right and that they are wrong. And they know that there's going to be a moment in American history when we will hold them accountable and they're going to be begging us for forgiveness. And that's something we'll deal with when we get to that point. But for the most part, they come in here and they try to antagonize us, but it doesn't work because we've been doing this for years, right, ladies and gentlemen? And so what I'll say is this. If you are a weak-minded person or a Trump voter that doesn't like it when I get going, because sometimes I've been cooking and booking. Lately, I haven't cooked and booked the way that I do because, they put me in timeout. My main account, they took my main account away. Hopefully, I get it back. But, I said, well, if you can't handle me simply saying what's happening in America, then what purpose is this? I mean, don't we all want to know how to get rid of Donald Trump and the legion of demons that are bringing this country down? So listen up. If you're a Trump voter, leave my live right now, and you can go hang out with these fake TikTok hosts because they'll lie to you and take your money. Over here, we won't do that, all right? We'll keep giving you the truth whether you like it or not, all right? And if you are a Trump voter, you know what I might do? I might ruin your breakfast, honestly, because you'll hear some things over here that'll just really shock you to the core. And if you don't want to experience that, like I said, leave right now because it's going to get very, very uncomfortable for you in here. I promise you it will, but get this. You don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
Not happy here.
Hold on.
If you're not happy here,
There you go.
then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, the doors to the Thunderdome, they've officially closed. I take no responsibility for the sparks that might start flying around, once we get going on in this platform. But I encourage my mutuals out there. I say, you know what you should do? Grab your shields, all right? Because you'll hear some of these people say some of the most sick and vile things you've ever heard a human being say. And they do all of this in defense of a man named Donald J. Trump. So what I'll do is this. Do I have any Trump voters out here? I just wanted to call this out. You know who this is? Does anyone know who this is? I'm going to read his name. Andrew Paul Johnson. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I want to remind the American people that this is someone that Donald Trump has unleashed onto the American people when he pardoned all those people who engaged in treason on January 6th. Yeah. And it turns out Paul Johnson, a 44-year-old demon rioter, pardoned by Donald Trump for very nasty things. He is now facing charges for lewd something starts with the M, estation. You figure it out. I'm on TikTok. Something starts with the M. When you do harmful things to children, right? Of children under 12 and 16 in Florida during 2024. All right. And so what we want to do, ladies and gentlemen, is this is just another example. He was arraigned in October of 2025 after an August arrest. And he is, quote, he entered a not guilty plea, but his trial is set for early 2026. And so this brings up the conversation about should Donald Trump have pardoned all those folks on January 6th? All right, should Donald Trump have pardoned those people on January 6th, ladies and gentlemen? Let's just see if I can get someone to be honest out there before I get straight to judgment. So y'all, I don't expect anything less from MAGA, honestly. The answer to that question is no. He shouldn't have pardoned these criminals. These are the people ICE should be hunting. Same suspect every time. White guy coming from some rural part of America. This is in Florida. Coming out of some sort of trailer park. I heard he was living in his van, by the way. Harming kids. MAGA doesn't care about kids. All they want to do is be able to demonize people of color, immigrants. But when it comes to one of their own, they always want to make an excuse. He's been going through some hard time. He needs mental health. He's been, BS. It's complete BS, and I'm not buying it. So what I'll do is this, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, you can find good and bad in every race, but the reason that I call it out when it's happening with these folks is because I'm not buying into the narrative that the bad stuff happening in America is simply because of the immigrants. It's not. We know who the main culprit is. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending this MAGA demon, Paul Andrews, straight to hell. It doesn't take long.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, it really doesn't take long to get to the bottom of what's really going on in America. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so what do we have next, ladies and gentlemen? Let's see. Okay, I did want to call your attention, like I said, to the fact that guess what? Jack Smith will be talking today at around 7 o'clock. All right, and so what we'll do is make sure we get to that. All right. The next thing that I wanted to address, ladies and gentlemen, and this is something that really is bothering me, to be quite honest. It has a lot to do with, who this is. Let me see if I can find her. Let me see who is this? Who is that? Does anyone know who that is, by the way? Please, someone tell me. Does anyone know who that is? Does anyone know who that is? Because I just can't seem to figure out why this is constantly happening. So it turns out Erica Kirk is set to launch her speaking tour alongside Pastor Greg Laurie, who reports are saying he's been accused of being a P3DO and being involved in child trafficking. Wow. I can't catch a break with y'all. I can't catch a break. So what I'll do is this. We're going to send Erica Kirk and this guy, what is his name? Greg? Once a demon, always a demon. You know, no further explanation needed. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending Erica Kirk and this demon she's with, Greg, you know, because you know what they want to do. You know, don't even do it. Don't look. I see I'm getting people upset.
Not happy.
Hold on. If you're getting upset with the way that I'm running my show.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave.
All right. I don't like people in my audience crying because I'm simply delivering the facts, data, and statistics. And what we know right now is that Erica Kirk and Greg, and if you really look into it, the whole Kirk situation is an abomination. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these demons straight to hell. I'm cooking and booking.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. You see what I'm saying right now? So next we'll move on to the dear leader himself, and this is what I'm going to do. Apparently there's some sort of board of peace. You hear about this? Donald Trump, he's at the board of peace, and I guess the things have started. You know, they've launched the board of peace, and it's supposed to bring peace to the Middle East. All right, and so let's listen to what Donald Trump has to say.
We have peace in the Middle East. Nobody thought
What?
it was possible.
Nobody thought it was possible.
We've settled 8 wars,
Lies.
and I believe another one's coming pretty soon.
Yeah, another one is
You know
coming. We have a lot of wars going on. Did anyone notice that in the United States of America, we actually have a war going on, a civil war? Did you notice that? Isn't it so impressive that he can settle all these wars in every other place of the world except right here in the United States of America, where right now you have real patriots, you know, the real Democrats, the real Republicans, the real independents that love this country and believe we should abide by the Constitution, versus the MAGA demons who continue to terrorize Americans. So what I'll do is this, ladies and gentlemen, it ain't a board of peace. It's a board of corruption. It's a board of fraud. It's a board of P3DOs. Now that I think about it, it's a board of P3DOs. Everything, you want to know what MAGA stands for? MAGA stands for, we already said it and I'll say it again, and this is not misinformation. MAGA stands for misogyny, bigotry, xenophobia, racism. Then if you go further right, you get into sedition and treason, right? All right. And then if you go even further, because you know sedition and treason is what they did on January 6th. And MAGA always says you don't play the full clip. Let me ask MAGA this. What more do I need to say?
Now it is up to Congress to confront this egregious assault on our democracy. And after this,
Sedition.
we're going to walk down and I'll be there with you.
And I'll be there with you. MAGA knows he never went to the Capitol. MAGA knows that the Capitol was closed on January 6th, and yet Donald Trump told them to go there. And they always say, play the full clip. There's nothing else that I need to say. Prove to me that he went there. Prove me wrong. So that's sedition. And then you go further right and you get into the Epstein territory, right, ladies and gentlemen? Epstein territory. Has Donald Trump released the Epstein files, ladies and gentlemen? Absolutely not. Why has he not released the Epstein files? Because guess what? He's in them. What about Biden? Biden ain't in the Epstein files. And so, ladies and gentlemen, it's not a board of peace. It's a board of evil. Join me in sending every demon on that so-called board of peace straight to hell. Somebody's crying in my comment section. Somebody's crying in my comment section.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
NFL sports guru, you said all I do is cry? That's a lie. Get in the box right now or I'll ask my mods to mute you, because I see what you all do. You come in here, you get me going, I start cooking and booking, and then you want to report me. Listen, NFL guru, you're nothing but a low-life loser, all right? Because you can't defend this man, and you know it. So what you'll do is you'll get in my box, I promise you, and you won't even say anything relevant to what I'm talking about. You'll just get in here and start doing that thing. What about Biden? Ladies and gentlemen, let's send NFL guru straight to hell. Come on, you missed your chance. want to do is I want to let Governor Gavin Newsom tell the American people and actually the rest of the world what's really going on in the United States of America. And you know what he did? Governor Gavin Newsom. Listen, I know a lot of people have issues with Governor Gavin Newsom, but what I always say right now is we do not have time to play around in the Democrat Party. You're not going to find anybody. You're not going to find Jesus, so to speak, right now. What we need is someone that's not afraid to stand up to the demon. Plain and simple, right? And Gavin Newsom is doing that. So let's listen to what Gavin Newsom says, and then we got to go and talk about something that I just saw, all right?
Sand. And I think that's what's required at this moment. And he susses out weakness like no one else. That's his great strength. That's his gift.
Yeah, it's everybody's gift.
But you punch back. Mm-hmm. You fight fire with fire.
Yeah.
You display conviction and strength. It's a different relationship.
Yeah.
And so my relationship to this moment is reflected in that. I'm not naive. These guys are going to try to take me down.
Donald Trump actually tried to take Governor Gavin Newsom down. Did you guys realize this? This is how this all got started. This is how the East Coast, West Coast beef really got started. He tried to weaponize the wildfire situation and really just make Gavin Newsom seem like the most incompetent governor. But what did Gavin Newsom did? He responded to that behind, and you know what he helped do? Get Prop 50 passed. And now Donald Trump knows there's no, out of all the people in the world to play around with, Donald Trump knows this. Don't do it with folks from California, all right? W's Governor Gavin Newsom. Don't do it to people from California because we really get down like that. But listen to what Governor Gavin Newsom went on to say.
Not just my state. I'm not naive about what I've said this morning and how that will be reflected in the official White House account. I'm not naive about the fact that he threatened to prosecute the Fed chief in the United States of America that has subpoena against another sitting governor, Tim Walz, who's literally going after his enemies with the FBI and the DOJ and these power ministries. I'm not naive about any of this.
No.
I'm not naive about the corruption and the graft at scale we've never seen in American history. I'm not naive about folks writing billion-dollar checks to Witkoff, to Jared Kushner, for this new peace deal they're announcing today. I'm not naive about the fact that the President of the United States made $1.5 billion+ in the last 12 months, personally. How the hell are we putting up with this?
I'm not putting up with it, and Governor Gavin Newsom is, but you know who is? DJ in my audience, Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom. All right, NFL guru. You're not a guru. You are a lowlife.
We have to call this out.
And I am.
Unprecedented in American history. Happening in real time on our watch.
Thank you, Governor.
We have to be held to a higher level. All of us, myself notably, to a higher level of accountability at this moment.
Thank you. W's in the chat for Governor Gavin Newsom. And I'm just going to say this. Anybody out there that has a problem with the state of California, I would ask that you stay the heck out of this state and don't even talk to me. Don't even talk to me. No, because you don't deserve to have any of my swag, any of my riz, so to speak, to bless you, because you don't even know how much California is doing right now to keep this country from collapsing on the weight of itself. How dare you speak ill of California? You're right. You don't get Elon Musk without California. You don't get X without California. You don't get all the innovation that you get out of Silicon Valley. You know, you got all these amazing universities, and no disrespect to other places that are doing great work, but for people to sit up here and call themselves patriots and talk ill of California and then try to blame everything that they don't like about California on Governor Newsom, it really makes me upset. For instance, they get upset about the gas prices. I'll ask a MAGA, why are gas prices so high in California compared to other states? These knuckle dragging, I can't even say it because TikTok, you know, they'll get on me. They don't even understand. These folks, MAGA, they want the lead in the gasoline. Ain't that something? They want the smog in their cities. They love being sick. Well, guess what? You keep doing what you do, but you stay the heck out of California. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending every single one of these California-hating, low-life MAGA demons for educational purposes only, TikTok. I know what they want to do to me. And if they do it, ladies and gentlemen, you know what? I'll just move on with the rest of my day. We'll be back tomorrow, all right? But if they do it, they do it. But for the sake of what I got to do and get up out of here, join me once again in sending these MAGA demons who don't love themselves and hate kids. Join me in sending them straight to hell. Am I? Thank you, Cena. Thank you, CC. Thank you.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
I was going to be nice this morning, like I've been the last couple of days, because I don't want to get into any more trouble. But when you see what's going on in this great country of ours, you realize you can't lay down. You cannot lay down and allow MAGA to think that they have won anything. MAGA, you have not won a thing as far as I am concerned until you get your utility bills cut in half, until you get credit card interest capped at 10%, and until these grocery prices get down to where people can start affording things and folks can actually start to afford to pay their rent, pay childcare. Affordability is not a hoax, MAGA, and you sat there this past week and a half and you let your dear leader threaten NATO by saying, you know what, I'm going to go and invade Greenland right after he did what he did in Venezuela, and you didn't say a word. He's manipulating the stock market. He made it dip. And so him and who? Barron Trump can go and make some money real quick, make some money off the crypto, and you won't even call it out, but you have the audacity to talk about, what about Biden? What about Biden? That's all y'all got? While this man is robbing us blind? It is funny, huh, DJ? Because you know I'm right, W. Zeus. Now, again, I got to address this, all right, ladies and gentlemen, because this was brought to my attention. Does anyone know who this man is right here? And again, I don't know Stephen A. Smith, but I would really, honestly, if you could, Stephen A., come talk to Big Zeus, get in the Thunderdome and explain this. Why would Stephen A. Smith, ladies and gentlemen, well, I mean, I get it. He's trying to run to be president. I get it. All right. You got to do what you got to do. And I'm all about competition. But why would you say this, champ? Why would you say these words about Governor Gavin Newsom? I don't get it.
Gavin Newsom. Respectfully.
I don't get this.
What are you doing?
I don't get it.
You're the governor of the state of California.
Okay.
In the United States of America.
Okay, facts.
Why are you over in Davos, Switzerland?
Okay.
Talking to folks.
Oh.
And speaking negatively about the president of the United States. I have no problem with Gavin Newsom being candid and open about his feelings about our president on United States soil. To go over to another country, Switzerland, to go over there and to be in the presence of other European leaders speaking against the president of the United States. I'm not down with that. Y'all might be, I'm not down with that.
Okay, great.
At all. Say whatever you want here. As a governor from the opposite side of the aisle of a state in the United States on American soil, fine. But I'm one of those people, when we go somewhere else, it's America first. You know, our problems, our problems. But we ain't taking dirty laundry outside. You don't go on a world stage to disrespect your own house, which is the United States of America.
Okay, Steven, bro.
I don't like that at all.
Okay, buddy.
Not even a little bit.
Okay. So Stephen A. Smith, let me explain something to you, champ. You don't get to come to the West Side and tell us how to do what we do. You know what I'm saying, Stephen A.? What I need you to do is just simply relax right now, all right? Because you can't tell Governor Gavin Newsom, someone that's been they tried to recall him a couple of times, and he bounced back. And he just said he knows Donald Trump is trying to just basically take it to him and end his whole administration right now. And Gavin Newsom has responded in kind. So Stephen A. Smith, maybe you don't understand what's happening right here in the trenches, all right? I get it. You want to challenge Governor Gavin Newsom because maybe you're going to run against him. I get that. I get that. I totally like the competition, and I think you would honestly, it would be a great debate. But here's the thing, champ. I need Governor Gavin Newsom to take it to Donald Trump anywhere, anytime. There is no limits with Donald Trump, champ. Our dirty laundry, you said we're taking it outside. Governor Gavin Newsom didn't take it outside. Donald Trump took it outside. So now that we all outside with it, don't ask us to start playing by the rules with this demon. I'm just upset right now, Stephen A., that you didn't say, well, I understand maybe because Donald Trump went to California and denied FEMA resources to help rebuild in order to try to sabotage Gavin Newsom's administration. I can understand why Gavin might have a little issue with him. You didn't say anything about, Donald Trump lied and said he had a conversation with Governor Gavin Newsom and went on to Fox News and spread this lie. And then Gavin Newsom had to send a screenshot to prove Donald Trump was lying. You didn't say anything about that. See, a lot of y'all want to take the picture and see, why are they doing it? But you're not going back in time. Stephen A. You got ICE. You remember that, Stephen A? ICE and the Marines out in LA, all over the Bay, doing nasty things to women and children. I would be upset, Stephen A. Maybe you didn't know this, if Gavin Newsom just sat back and laid back and said, I'm not going to speak on any of that. So, Stephen A., please, use all of the expertise, use all your brain power now, all right, and go after Donald Trump. I don't want to hear you talking about Democrats defending themselves. That just, to me, makes you look very suspicious. It makes them look suspicious, bro. It makes you look suspicious. You might be a great candidate to be the president, but I just can't understand. Why can't you fix your lips to say Donald Trump is an adjudicated rapist, right? And he's not bringing down the grocery prices. I just don't understand, Stephen A., why you can't say it. And we have a problem, Donald Trump, in this country, that you're not releasing the Epstein files and you're causing all of this civil unrest. I understand why people all over the country, you can't say that to Donald Trump, Stephen A. And so until you say that, bro, I'm just going to ask that you relax, all right? You can't play both sides with this right now. The biggest threat right now to our democracy is, guess who? What's the biggest threat to our democracy, ladies and gentlemen? Is it Gavin Newsom or is it Stephen A. Smith? Which one is it? I mean, I'm so sorry. I got it wrong. See, I'm so upset. Is it Donald Trump or is it Gavin Newsom? I'm sorry. Y'all said Stephen A. Smith. My bad. I meant to say, is it Donald Trump or is it Gavin Newsom? I mean, I'll let the chat decide. Okay, it's Trump. All right, so what I'll do is this. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the Lake of Fire once again, because guess what? Stephen A. Smith, the chat has said Donald Trump is the biggest threat to our democracy, not Gavin Newsom. So let's go ahead and send the MAGA demon, ladies and gentlemen, straight to hell. I had to do
it. Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right. And so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it does bring me to something that I do need to say real quickly. All right. And I think this is relevant because, okay, there you go. Yeah. And this is relevant to what I just brought up with Stephen A. Smith, because it's a reminder to Stephen A. Smith and anybody that might be a person of color. It's a reminder to you. All right. So remember this guy right here, ladies and gentlemen. Does anyone know who that is? Does anybody know who that is? Does anybody know who this guy is in the background? Somebody say it, because I don't want to say it, because I can get in trouble. Somebody wrote bootlicker. Somebody wrote gummy bear. Yeah, Tim Scott. And this is just a reminder. I don't know if I have Blagga in my live this morning, but here's the thing. Tim Scott, they say, did everything he could. Even married a white girl. Trying to get favor from Donald Trump in hopes that one day he would be blessed with a position in the Trump administration. Guess what? Never happened. So let that be a reminder. So what I'll do is just, ladies and gentlemen, join me in once again warming up the Lake of Fire. This is where all the black out there and the people out there who keep kissing up to Donald Trump, and they know better, and did everything they could to try to get something and only realize they're no good. Join me in sending these demons straight to hell. I can do that.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right, W. Zeus. Now, I'm back to being a little upset right now because, you know, more information has came out about Renee Nicole Good. And what I want to do is ask MAGA, where is your morals? Where's your heart, ladies and gentlemen? Where are the folks out here who claim that they are God-fearing people? They are Christians. Where is it? So I thought I had the photo, and I'm not going to do it because I don't got much time. But listen to this information or this update about the autopsy tied to Renee Nicole Good, ladies and gentlemen.
Just learned the results of an independent autopsy for Renee Good. It's been 2 weeks since she was shot and killed by a federal agent in Minneapolis, and her family requested that the Chicago-based law firm representing them commission their own autopsy. It found there were 3 clear gunshots on Good's body, one to her left arm, a forearm, another through her right breast, and one that entered the left side of her head near the temple.
Yeah. So we now understand that sick, evil demon that that discharged his sidearm into. Oh, Renee should have stayed home. Let me tell you something. See, what you just said right there is un-American. It's evil. And it's sick. It's wrong. She had every right to be anywhere she wanted to be in the United States of America as a free citizen. She had every right. There's nothing you can tell me or anybody with a lick of sense otherwise. ICE shouldn't have been there. Did you know that? And that's why you didn't want to come on up here. So what I'll do is this. I don't like to do it, but I'm going to do it. I just hit mute on that demon. Yeah, I just hit mute on that demon. You're wrong. DJ, Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom, do you see the type of people you're associated with? Do you understand now why a lot of folks don't like you? It's sick stuff like that. All I got to do is flip the script on you and let me utter something about your dear leader. And y'all gonna get worked up like y'all did when Charlie Kirk. Y'all could dish this stuff, but y'all can't really take it. If the Democrats was to really, I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to send that demon straight to hell. MAGA, listen up. It's only by the grace of God that the Democrats haven't snapped. Like y'all, because y'all clearly have snapped, and we're sitting there going, we're better than that, right? On so many levels, on so many levels. But MAGA, have you ever thought to yourself, what if we decided to become the party of being in a cult, right? What if we just decided today, imagine this, MAGA, I'm going to dedicate all of my being to Joe Biden, or Obama, and whatever they say do, we're ignorant enough to do it. What if we was on that type of time, MAGA? Do you understand how much trouble y'all would be in? What if we got so upset about what y'all did to Vice President Kamala Harris that we decided, screw the Constitution. We about to get active. Do you really think you can handle the pressure while y'all running around here worshiping this devil? You know you can't. That's why you didn't want to get in the box. And you just made me angry for doing that. You don't ever say that about a woman in the United States of America, you demon, you sick one. Ladies and gentlemen, join me once again in warming up the lake of fire. We got some sick men in this country. Only a sick man would say something like that. And DJ, your silence says everything. Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom, your silence says everything. Do not ask Zeus to be better when you don't even call out the people on your side that do evil and wrong things. Don't do it. Join me in sending that demon straight to hell. Don't ask me. Don't ask me.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
You want to know what got me upset? All right, listen to this. Look at this. Listen to this story, ladies and gentlemen. Check this out. This is a 5-year-old boy. that ICE did the unimaginable to. Look at this. Look at what ICE is doing in Minnesota. Where's the waste, fraud, and abuse? Oh, well, Donald Trump clearly has been doing it. Why can't we get any evidence about that waste, fraud, and abuse? But you know what ICE doesn't mind doing? Weaponizing little boys, okay? Weaponizing the children.
The Heights School District says 4 of their students have been detained by ICE agents over the past few weeks. That includes this 5-year-old boy, Liam Ramos, who school officials say was taken into custody with his father on his way home from school yesterday. Gordon Severson joins us now with more details. Gordon?
Yeah, this all happened as Liam and his father were driving home from preschool. According to Columbia Heights superintendent, she says ICE agents detained Liam and his father, and the family's lawyer says they are likely being held at a detention facility in Texas.
So what makes this very alarming is this. They used a 5-year-old boy as bait, forcing him to knock on his own door so that they could arrest the daddy. Evil. This is evil stuff, MAGA. And you want us to be the party of higher standards and being kind and being compassionate. I understand why Gavin Newsom is very upset and enraged. Because he sees what's happening, just like all of us do. You have thugs with badges, running around, ripping families apart, harming women and children. And then you got these demons sitting in these so-called churches trying to call themselves praying. You ain't praying. You're being a bunch of hypocrites and a bunch of liars. And you know what the good book says, DJ and Tiny Tank Top 10. You all know what the good book says about harming children. Don't you? You claim to be Christians, right? How come I can't get any Bible chapter or verse from a MAGA Trump voter that supports any of this evil stuff that they claim that is okay to do? Find me Bible chapter and verse. Show us all. What part of the survival scroll says you can go around harming innocent women and children simply because they're immigrants? Please. Do I have any takers? Nope. I don't have any takers because they know I just cooked them again. They know I exposed them for what they are, a bunch of liars and a bunch of hypocrites. So what I'll do is this. I'll let God judge them. Ladies and gentlemen, join me once again, warming up the lake of fire. Yeah, it's my favorite part of the show to do. Join me in sending these demons that worship Donald Trump and commit evil atrocities, evil acts, some of the most evil acts you've ever seen. Join me in sending these demons straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demons.
All right, yes, I know Jack Smith is on, so like I said, I'm not going to go much longer, but if I can, I'll try to get in and talk to some people out there. Anybody brave enough to come on up here, send a guest request, we'll get you in and out, because I got to get up out of here. Oh, what happened to Michael Cohen? I don't know, but I was trying to get Michael Cohen. I said, Michael, you got to come to the Thunderdome, all right? But, I've lost my account and everything. But, yeah, I need to hear from Michael Cohen, too, because I want to know what's going on. But, again, whatever he's doing, it's irrelevant as far as I'm concerned, especially when I'm more focused on Donald Trump and the crimes him and his crime family are committing. Because what they've done to this great country, Rick, and again, if I hear it from MAGA, I'm like, if I can hear it from MAGA, then you know what? I can hear it from Michael Cohen, all right? Because at least, you know what we got with Michael Cohen? We got that conviction, didn't we? Shout out to Alvin Bragg. We got that conviction. We got a conviction, so whatever he did, we got a conviction, and now we can use it. Donald Trump is a convicted felon, and whether you like it or not, and again, crime is a dirty thing, and again, but, hopefully we'll get him to come in the Thunderdome and, be able to hold his feet to the fire, so to speak, because I know I got questions, right? Yeah, let's go, WZU. Yeah, I try to stand up. I try to stand up for truth as much as I can. And look what the cat drug in. Look what the cat drug in. Good morning. Yeah, so I must have hurt your feelings. I must have hurt them because you knew I didn't lie not one time, right? You know that, right? Now, if you start off lying, it's not gonna win. It's not gonna go well. But I didn't lie at all, did I? It's funny. Oh,
a joke, bro.
Yeah. You know what's a joke? Folks like you claiming that you all are good people, well-to-do Christians, and then you sit around and let a president run the country knowing he's a P3 to you.
These guys got
joke.
You guys got your asses cooked. You're gonna lose again in 28. Just so you know.
You think so?
Yes.
Do you think you won in 24?
We killed yous.
Okay, what did you win in 24? And I could do this. And this is like
we won
candy from a baby. This is like taking, man, you making it easy on me. What exactly did you win when Donald Trump became president? And I just gave you the answer. You don't even know, do you?
No. Don't start switching it up.
Border security problem.
No. Who won in 24? What president won?
That's debatable.
Is it?
Yeah, just like the 2020 election's debatable.
Okay.
So let me show you how silly you sound.
You sound silly because you come up here every day like a lowlife and you got no job.
I gave you the word lowlife. You can't use my riz
against me, bro.
I gave you that. You can't use it against me.
You come up here with your little followers, brother. You got a lot more to go.
Have I lied yet? Trying to turn Have I lied? Have I lied?
You better keep trying because you got a lot more to go.
You can't even answer a simple question. So I cooked you. I asked you a simple question. Have I lied? He can't even answer the question, bro. See, and this is the problem in America right now. He has nothing other than I'm upset because Big Zeus is up here cooking and booking and hurting my feelings and saying things about my dear leader, and it makes me feel weak. And I asked him, what did you win? What did you win when Donald Trump was reelected? What did you personally win? And the answer is nothing.
What did you win?
Win a thing.
What did you win when Biden won? What did you win?
Did I?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. No, you got no choice but to come up here now because now you gotta try to do what you gotta do for 2028, and you ain't gonna win.
Hold on. The reason I stopped is because you literally fell right into my trap.
No, ain't no traps, bro.
I'll show you what the trap is. Listen to this. This is the trap. Sing it with me, bro. Sing it.
What about Biden?
What about Biden?
Yeah.
Come on, sing it with me.
What about Biden?
Come on, sing it, bro.
What about Biden? Stole the whole election. Read the books, dead and up. Yeah, that ain't right. Yeah. Biden borders wide open, let it fit. Millions crossing, drugs pouring. Where we begin? When it's about gas prices, inflation. Economy dying, can't feed your child. Afghanistan mess left them behind.
Afghanistan was
gone. Joe acting
fine. What about Biden?
I don't give a damn about Biden.
Then why bring him up?
Because I just said, you said, what did we win with Trump winning?
No.
And I said, what did you win with Biden won?
Listen. I don't want to hear about Joe Biden because
I don't give a damn about Joe Biden.
Well, then quit bringing him up.
We talking about now.
Yeah, okay.
Trump is winning, baby, and you don't like it.
I asked you what you won, and you couldn't.
You don't like it, bro.
What you don't like? Can I tell you what I don't like?
You don't like nothing. Because it ain't going your way no more.
I don't like people like you getting up here doing the whole circle jerk about Donald Trump being the president. It's sick. Be a man. Stand on your own 10. Quit getting on the internet. Quit getting on the internet and acting like Donald Trump has done something.
Because I get sick of seeing you up here.
Quit acting like Donald Trump has done something spectacular for the American
people. Get a job.
The man he hasn't even won a Nobel Peace Prize. But you're up here acting like he's done, he's God's gift to the planet. He's nothing.
Ain't nobody acting like none. Whoever wins, we keep going.
So why are you happy to have a P3DO as your leader?
I don't care who wins, bro.
No. Did you hear my question?
I get up and I grind every day.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You're broke.
I don't worry about none of this bullshit politics
You're
shit.
broke, bro.
I just get sick of seeing your ass up here complaining. Why don't you get a job and not worry about this?
So you get sick of seeing me winning. W, Zeus, thank you.
You ain't winning? What are you winning? Yeah, you winning on TikTok. You getting paid?
Okay. So your feelings are hurt. You hate.
My feelings are hurt.
Yeah. So here's the deal. You
Stop
don't answer
complaining.
No
in 3 years, you get another.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I can't do it anymore. This guy can't talk. He can't talk. Every single thing is a deflection. I asked you, why are you happy to have a P3DO as your president?
I live my
yourself.
life, brother. I don't give a damn.
Okay, fair enough. I got something for you. You don't give a D, and neither do I. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending that so-called guru, a lowlife, where he came from, straight to hell.
Silence!
Easy.
Matter.
Easy merch. He had nothing. You had nothing. And this is the issue, ladies and gentlemen. What did MAGA win when Donald Trump got reelected? The answer everyone knows is absolutely nothing. As a matter of fact, you lost. What did you lose? Well, you lost FEMA. You lost SNAP benefits. You lost your Social Security in some cases. I mean, you lost a lot. All right, and you're getting up here telling us you won. I just can't stand it. I really just can't stand it, ladies and gentlemen. It's the most sickest thing I've ever seen. All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I just had to deal with that demon. Good morning. No. NFL guru right there. He got his hands on the black one. I know we do. NFL guru, knock it off, champ. Please, you're a sick one. You're a sick one. Good morning, Nutty. Wow.
Hey, I mean, you called it.
Yeah.
That's all
I
they
tried. I felt like I gave him a chance and he just failed. He let me down. But what do you think about that, Nutty? Honestly.
So I feel sorry for him. I just called ICE on his behind.
You did?
Yeah,
Why?
I just called ICE on his behind. Because those are the type of people I want ICE to go after.
Oh.
Those are the type of people.
He's laughing in the chat. Look, the whole chat did it. The whole chat did it.
You know what's funny? He's not gonna be laughing when ICE pulls his brown behind over, and he's gonna say, "I'm American citizen." And they still say, "F you, you brown." He ain't gonna be laughing then.
Yeah, same thing. Make you laugh, make you cry.
He gonna be crying out for Democrats to help him.
Oh, I won't help him.
And guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna be like, "This is who you voted for, bro. This is what you voted for."
No, you're a joke.
So take your punishment in stride and be a man. Be a man. Show us how much of a man you are when you getting hit in the butt in that concentration camp.
Ooh, CCOT.
Show us how much of a man you are. I'm tired of people like that because listen, our brown babies and our brown immigrants, they're in danger on a daily basis.
Yeah.
They're in danger. It's even ramped up even more now because of a leaked memo stating that ICE can now come into your home with just an administrative warrant.
Yeah.
Doesn't even have to be signed by a judge. So at every turn, Zeus, every turn, they're giving these terrorists more and more and more power. So this is what's going to happen. Mark my words. I was on your panel.
He said he wants to talk to you. Wow.
About a week ago, I was on your panel. And when I started talking about the Second Amendment, you remember this conversation that we had? And I said someone's going to get hurt. This is a manifestation of what I said a week ago. Now that this leaked memo has come out showing that they can come into people's homes, guess what's going to happen, Zeus?
What's that? I don't know that, but what do you think is going to happen?
People who believe in that Second Amendment, and see what's crazy is they think that people on the left don't have Second Amendment protection, if you get my drift.
Yeah. Like I said, They don't want us to let our hair down. They don't want that.
But what's going to happen is that they're going to FO because they're going to try to go into the wrong house and they're going to get popped. They're going to get popped.
There has to be a level of, and they say that the memo was leaked by an ICE agent. So what that tells me is there might be people in ICE that are kind of aware of what you're saying, right? And they felt like, yeah, that may be a bridge too far for even me, because It would be alarming because none of us want people to get popped. None of us are promoting that. But what we're saying is a lot of people, especially on the right, they claim they got the 2A and they say, hey, you come in my house, I'm going to do you. You know how they talk like that, right? I mean, you have situations in red states, woman pulls up in the driveway and they just come out and start doing things. I'm glad that he got prosecuted because you shouldn't do that. But you know what I'm talking about, right, Nutty?
Yeah.
They knock on the door or something, and you just do something illegal anyway. So imagine the fear that's now been put out there where people now got to think, well, if somebody comes barging through my door, do I just assume it's ICE or do I think it's a criminal? I mean, that's asking too much out of the common person.
This is what I have to say.
Yeah.
To the people in the chat. There are almost 900 people here.
Yeah.
You have a Second Amendment right. And more importantly, you have a Fourth Amendment.
Yeah.
Right. Because the right of the people to be secure in their persons, house, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures.
Yeah.
You have a Fourth Amendment right. So as long as you're standing within the confines of the United States Constitution,
yeah,
there's nothing that they can do to you.
Yeah.
There's nothing that they can do to you.
And I always put a disclaimer, make sure you check with your own attorneys for real professional legal advice. I always put that out there, right? Because
absolutely. But you know what? The reason I don't say that is because I'm speaking directly from the document itself.
Boom. Now that's
I am not giving legal advice.
Thank you.
I'm not giving an opinion.
Yeah.
I'm giving a fact based on the document called the Constitution, which we live under today.
I would hope.
That's it. Even though we see this document being violated on a daily basis, it doesn't mean that this document is null and void.
Facts. And again, and we will hold these people that are committing war crimes accountable. Sooner you're not going to get away with it. We got it on film.
And to anyone who can sit there and watch a 5-year-old be taken away, you're just as disgusting.
Facts.
Because guess what? There's no jail in this world that I'm so afraid of that I'm going to stand by and watch a 5-year-old being traumatized without doing something. What is that something? I don't know because I've never been in that situation, but I'm going to do something.
Yeah.
That is a 5-year-old child that is now traumatized for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
That trauma is real. You keep saying that we want the best of the best, but trauma like that, it molds people into being criminals.
Mm-hmm.
Because they remember that as they grow older. Then they're going to have a lack and distrust for law enforcement, anyone in authority.
Yeah.
You are creating monsters because you're traumatizing babies.
Mm-hmm. And they need to read their Bible. The Bible teaches you all about that. But they got so much hate in their hearts. They can't get past it. Whatever happened to you, NFL Guru, when you were a kid, let it go. None of us can fix it. Do the work on yourself and make something out of yourself and quit crying every day on the internet about Joe Biden. You're not amazing.
I gotta give it to you. You don't play it very much, but I love hearing it. It makes you want to move. You put a beat to that. What about Biden?
Yeah.
I love hearing it.
I took it. You know how I took Drill Baby Drill from MAGA?
Yeah, we missed that too.
Yeah, I took Drill Baby Drill, and now I'm taking What About Biden from MAGA. Yeah, because these are some sick people, and if they give me something else, I'll take that too. Yeah. So I'll keep doing it because they have no clue how ignorant they sound. I know, just like I know, Nutty, you know all their talking points, don't you?
Like the back of my hand.
Yeah, we know it, and we've overcame it. The problem is with them, they still stuck on it. And it's
and
all
they think
misinformation.
They think that we're mad. They think that we're mad because we're speaking out for other people. We're speaking out against injustice, but they translate that into us being mad for losing an election.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? Let me affirm what you believe. Yeah, I'm pissed off.
Yeah.
I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off because we had millions of people who didn't get out and vote. Mm-hmm. We had millions of people that said, "Oh, my vote doesn't count anyway."
Yeah.
I live in California, and California is going to go blue anyway. You know how ridiculous that sounds?
Yeah.
We had millions of people who voted third party, thinking that third party actually had a chance to win the presidency. The devil is a lie.
Facts.
I'm pissed. You are right. I am pissed that we don't have this black woman sitting at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue because you were so frail in your ego. You were so frail in your misogyny.
Yeah.
You are weak. You are the weakest pieces of human flesh that has ever walked the face of the earth because you are so afraid of a woman being in charge, not only just a woman, a black educated woman who will ring laps around you. Your ego is so insufficient. And this is for so-called Democrats who didn't vote for her.
Go ahead, Nutty, get it off.
You're so insufficient that you couldn't allow or see a woman. But then again, Zeus, it should be our fault.
Yeah.
For believing and having hope that she would win. Yeah. I've said this 100 times, if not 1,000. If they didn't put a white woman in that seat, what made us believe they were going to put a black woman in that seat?
Bingo. Thank you. Well, listen,
because at the end of the day, they're going to put a white woman there before a black woman.
Amen.
Let's tell the truth.
W's in the chat. Seriously. Now, you know, Big Zeus is keeping a tight schedule today, but
all right.
I'm gonna tomorrow I'll do the full show. But bro, honestly, bro, this is the first time, honestly. One of the rarest times where I said, you know what, that boy gonna be all right. Ladies and gentlemen, because you know how me and Nutty operate sometimes. I mean, he sometimes gets a little carried away, but he stuck landing right there. And so NFL Guru, by the way, there you go right there. Whenever you start talking NFL Guru and any of you Trump voters, and you find yourself going Joe Biden, I want you to remember this moment that you and I had together where I played that song for you, all right? Because I'm going to be looking for you everywhere you go on the internet now, catching you. As soon as you start opening up your mouth, I'm going to be right there. Hold on, host, let me come up there. I want to play something for NFL Guru. And I'm going to play the What About Biden song. Yeah. I know everything that you want to say about Joe Biden, and it's not going to work over here, champ. You know, it's like you're trying to win a game, and the game is rigged in a way, all right? Moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Ange. Welcome. The beautiful Ange, welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'll be quick. I know we're trying to get out of here. I did tell Takesha she won't be here for a couple days. She asked me to tell Nutty to stop nuttying up the live. So we got to get that right out of the way.
Thank you.
Okay. And anyway, so ICE is in Maine. We all know that's where I live. Okay. They're here. And we're calling it Operation Catch of the Day. That's what it is up here. Operation Catch of the Day. You know what they caught yesterday, Zeus? They caught a guy from El Salvador that got a DUI. He got a DUI. Now, do you think I think that's cool? Hell no, that's not cool. But guess what? My husband might unalive me for this. I don't care. When he was 25 years old, he's 53 now, he got a DUI. Okay? You know what's happened since? Nothing. No speeding tickets, no DUIs, nothing. And they just want to throw this guy right out. Brown skin. Anyway.
Yeah, that's sad. Ange, let me ask you, did they happen to catch any of the people that were in the Epstein orbit?
No, I don't think they're looking for them. I don't think they're looking for them because they don't give a crap. And the other thing I want to tell you, when you got to take your kids to school in the morning, 2 17-year-olds and a 15-year-old, one's a neighbor, and they're saying stuff to me like, hey, Mom, can they come to the school? Can ICE come to the school? Can ICE come to the basketball games? And this one probably killed me the most. Hey, can they go to Dad's work? And I'm not trying to tokenize here, but my husband ain't white. Okay,
Yeah,
so so when your kids are saying, "Can they go to dad's work?" You know what? You people that still support this, F you. That's all I got for you. I'm gonna go because we gotta watch Jack Smith. Thank you.
I gotta watch Jack Smith too. WN NFL Guru. Have we worn you out yet? Notice nobody's getting up here, NFL Guru, and talking about Joe Biden. Knock it off. Everybody that's getting up here, there's only one person we're getting on right now, and it's your daddy, your dear leader, Donald. I don't even want to say the rest of it. Your folks are sick. These folks are some of the sickest people I've ever heard. He's sitting. He can't help himself. Good morning, Jim. How are you doing?
Good morning. Hey, do you remember? Gosh, what's his name? He had that son that came on TikTok and other social media outlets who was real real vulgar. Oh, wait, I do remember Herschel Walker. Do you remember Herschel Walker?
Oh, yeah.
What happened to him?
He's no longer, so to speak.
He's no longer. Yeah, they can't find him. So you said Tim Scott. I just brought up, there's one other person I thought we could bring up too. He thought he was going to have a resurgence in the political field. He ran a real big pizza company. And so he showed up at a White House super spreader party. And what happened to him? Herman Cain!
Oh!
What happened to him?
He's no longer.
Oh my God. It's almost like the people who he picks to be the loudest in the room or the face of the party to a certain pigmentation end up being cast aside at some point, correct?
Yeah, they're expendable. Tokens get spent. That's what Nutty always says. Tokens get spent. And they say that's
Wasn't there another major athlete that he recently put up on a podium and made him to be like the physical fitness guru of a bunch of teens? I think his name was Roger Taylor.
Oh, he did do that. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, what happened to him after he got exposed with his record? What happened to him? Have you seen him again in the news media?
He's no longer. He's no longer W. Jim. Lawrence Taylor, yeah.
Lawrence Taylor, thank you so much. Lawrence
I knew
Taylor.
who you were talking about.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's how forgettable he was for me because he got in front of a podium and then his entire record came out.
Yeah.
It's almost like Trump intentionally picks people that are dispendable.
Yeah, and like him. They're like him in a way, right? They have this thing that unites all of them when you drill down in it, like his pastor, Robert Morris, I think that's his name, they all have that in common. The further right you get, the more sick you get.
Oh, somebody wrote Dr. Carson. I'm glad you could remind him that he's a doctor, former doctor. He stopped being a doctor.
Yeah.
You might want to research his background too. Yeah. Like, let's talk about Ben Carson. Shall we talk about how his mother used the entire system from food stamps to Section 8 housing to all the things that she could possibly use to help educate her children, rightfully so. And then Ben, once he got to where he needed to go, he forgot about all the other little children that might want a salad or a sandwich or a hot meal or a breakfast while they're trying to read and write and learn and get up through a system that is meant to keep them down. So it's really ironic to me that how many of you want to pull up the ladder. Like, who is that guy you had up here? I don't even remember his name. But I did go look at his picture and I find it ironic. Yeah, the guy that came up here with the really thick Latino accent, the payaso.
So? You think
yeah,
so? You think
thick
Latino?
Latino accent.
He ain't Latino.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He could try to hide it, but it ain't gonna work.
Well, wow, W. Jim, thank you. I mean,
he's what we call moreno in the Hispanic and Latino community. Yeah. He's moreno, which means he's brown.
Yeah,
he's very, very brown.
No,
so make sure that when you come up with a really thick accent and really brown skin, and you try to get a proximity to whiteness, you better recognize that they're not going to say, "Oh no, not him. He voted for Trump." Yeah. It's not going to save you, my friend. They're meeting a quota. They're meeting a quota. and you're going to fall into it. And all of you who have sold your soul and sold your family members out, and your primas and your primos, and your tias and your tios, and your abuelitas, you are the ones that are going to pay the heaviest price, because the sins of the father weigh heavy on the children. Bye-bye. So just make sure you remember that. While you're trying to come up on TikTok and lecture Zeus about being on TikTok, and you're in the box next to him. I mean, make it make sense.
Yeah, these are some of the biggest lowlifes I've ever seen. W. Jim.
And thank you for speaking up about Stephen A. Smith, because this has been a problem for a long time, that somebody, and does anybody ever listen to him? He doesn't even speak like in full functioning paragraphs. Like they're broken up, and it's just the louder he gets, he thinks the more sense he makes. But if you stop and slow it down, there's no messaging other than hate and despair. Yeah. There's nothing but degradation and pain. And he already went after Joy Reid and got schooled. You think he'd learn very quickly that politics is not his playing field. He needs to stick to his loudmouth sports announcer. What was it that Laura Ingraham told a basketball player? Just sit down and dribble.
Yeah. When she told.
Or shut up and dribble.
She told
right.
LeBron that. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He may want to sit down and just talk a little louder about ESPN sports information and not.
Yeah, stick to sports. But if he's going to be critical, I just say, be real critical of Donald Trump. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid and try to go after people like Gavin Newsom, who are just standing up and defending them. So that's what kind of threw me off. You know what I'm saying? But you're right, W. Jim.
Yeah, and anytime you see a man like Stephen A. Smith who has to go after Jasmine Crockett or Joy Reid, or the VP Harris, right? Yeah. It's because they're so weak that they can't stand up on their own 2 feet and speak facts and data and statistics and reality. They have to attach themselves to the proximity of old rich white men who have the ability to harm people in their community even more so. So instead of standing up and being a man, they have to bring shame on themselves. So make sure that you're recognizing when you slow the speech down and you actually listen to the words, there's literally nothing coming out but garbage.
Amen.
Take the trash out.
Amen.
Love you.
Amen. All right. Love you too, ladies and gentlemen. W. Jim, no lies detected. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I kept you all long enough. Why am I not following you back on this account? But I got to get up out of here. Love you all. Thank you to all the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists. Without you, this show wouldn't be what it is. Entertaining, engaging, and very educational. But I also got to give one last round of booze of shame. And you know exactly who this goes out to. You, NFL Guru. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending that demon once again straight to hell. Democrats win again, yes. All right. Here you go, NFL Guru. Just for you, because you begged me so much to do it. I'll play it for you one more time.
What about body? Yeah. What about body? Oh, what about body? Stole the whole election night. Read the votes dead or night. Yeah, that ain't right. What about body? Borders wide open, let them flood it. Millions crossing, drugs pouring. Where we begin? What about body? Gas prices sky, inflation wild. Count on me dying, can't feed your child. What about body? In Afghanistan, mess left them behind. 13 soldiers gone, Joe acting blind.
Sing it.
What about body? Yeah. What about body? What about body? Yeah. I'm in the White House, call him Sleepy Joe, cognitive decline. Everybody knows stumbling words, can't finish a sentence. Pumping on strings, who pulling the leverage? On his laptop, bullets and bills. Trying to cash flow, many conceal. Time to get paid, influence better while we out here struggling, pockets unsettled. Weaponized dude, JFBI raised. Mar-a-Lago storm, 100 gets praised. January 6th, locking up brands, but Joe specified docs in his garage, man. don't cancel, energy weak. Depending on flows, gas $4 a week. Permanent cities, soft on the streets, defund the police. Chaos complete. Stole the whole election night. Read the votes daily night. Yeah, that ain't right. But look, I Biden borders wide open, let them flood it. Millions crossing, drugs pouring. Where we begin? But look, I Biden gas black style, inflation wild. Economy dying, can't feed your child. Look, I Biden Afghanistan mess left on behind. 13 soldiers gone, Joe acting blind.
NFL sing this
What
part.
about that?
What about Biden? My favorite.
Yeah, yeah. What about Biden?
Joe acting blind. What about Biden? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here.